Alright guys, what is going on? Fly here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about a new tank or half track that's going to be added to War Thunder. It's called the Panzerwerfer. Panzerwerfer 42. So pretty much this is the potentially third Rocket Edition tank half track vehicle in the game. The ones that are going to be added is the BM-824 rocket artillery. That's the Russian one. Looks like it's on a T-26 chassis. That one shoots. I think what's their caliber? So they have the BM-824 has 24 rockets at 82 millimeters. The T-34 Calliope, the first series that I believe that we have 114 millimeters that have 60 rockets. And so the Panzerwerfer, I probably say it horribly, but hey, can you blame me? Yes, you can. The Panzerwerfer has 10 rockets. I believe it's 10, if I can count correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 rockets at 158 millimeters. So at what tier will this thing be at? Because 158 millimeters is half of a Tiny Tim. And a Tiny Tim, at least from air to ground, doesn't need to get really that close to its target to kill. A Tiny Tim can land beside a medium tank and detonate it. So 158 millimeter side armor, is that going to explode it in one shot? The Panzerwerfer, I need to get it right. The Panzerwerfer. It looks like, just from these pictures I'm looking at right now, it looks like it really can't shoot forward too much, or like it doesn't have any depression. There's an MG in front of it as well. So it might only be artillery, because unless you reverse the whole tank around to like drive it backwards and fire, it might work then. But driving it forward, kind of like the Calliope, and shooting at the same time, that won't work. If you just look at, the crew compartments of the tank, it's armored, it pushes up. It looks like if you fire downwards or even straight, you're going to hit the MG. So it looks like this vehicle is going to have to maybe be more of a supporting role. I mean, like it should in real life. It's a supporting tank. But in War Thunder, a lot of tanks change, roles. I'll tell you that right now. Today I had a video of my King Tiger in Poland, and I was acting like a medium tank. But looking at the designs that this Panzerwerfer has, I believe it's going to be more like artillery. Someone sits on the hill, maybe he starts getting really good with this and fires them off. Now the next question is, are we going to be able to reload these guns? Because some of my history told me, this vehicle was based on the standard model of the SD KFZ 3A Opel multi-tier half-track. So I believe the German army or military asked or requested for a vehicle like this, and they fit that. But how do you reload this thing? Do you carry rockets inside this half-track? I don't really think they did. I remember hearing that they had Opel multi-tier half-tracks that would carry them for them, kind of like a support convoy for the support artillery. A little more about this thing. Mounted on top is a multi-rocket launcher capable of firing 10 158mm rockets at the enemy. Unfortunately, however, the vehicle lost much of its mobility due to increased weight, but this is compensated with the accuracy of its rocket and the hitting power of its 158mm rocket. So just from speculations of thinking about how this tank really can't be as aggressive as the Calliope, because I don't think it was even designed like that. Will there be new aiming systems for this thing? Or will you just point your reticle up in the sky and learn the trajectory, how far you are, count some feet or the squares on the map and launch it like that? Or will there be a, arc indicator? If you guys have ever played Heroes and Generals, whenever you throw a grenade, there's a little line that shows you too. You think it might be like that? Because in arcade, that's fine and all, but if you're talking about RB, and I spot a tank, and I launch this 158mm in the air, and I know it's going to hit, like I see that little arc line, and 158mm rocket arced up into the sky, back down to Earth on top of an IS-4, that will detonate it entirely. But will it be that high of tier. I think that this Panzerwerfer might be just from 158mm rocket that can fucking detonate a Tiger II side easily. Not easily, but it will. No, it might easily actually do it. I'm going to say battle rating 6.7. .7 or 5. No, I'm gonna hold 5 or 6.7. I think that's proper tiering. 158mm rocket to any tank accurately is going to be devastating. They say, but this is compensated for the accuracy of its rocket. So unlike the Calliope, that rocket just flies everywhere. You spam the crap out of that. You have 60 rounds and you're done. Will this be a very fine-tuned piece of tankery or half-trackery that someone can sit, spot you, and then accurately fire on you? Do they mean the accuracy of getting the rocket to target, or do they mean the accuracy of just its flight or its path in the air? We'll just have to wait and see. So we've discussed a lot about the Panzerwerfer's effectiveness on the battlefield and how potentially it can be brought onto the battlefield. Just to go back onto that topic, I have a hunch, don't know if you guys will agree with it, but I think this tank might have a custom reticle to engage targets. Just my assumption. You guys can leave comments, feedbacks. If you agree, disagree in the comments below. I would love to talk to you guys. So we talked about that. Next, we're going to talk about how fucking scary this thing is going to be in the game. Not by its damage destructive ability, not by how cool it looks, not by how it even smells, but by the way it sounds. I don't know if you guys have ever watched documentaries on this mamma jamma, but these things are super scary. So just to kind of reiterate my topic I'm talking about right now, I'm on Wikipedia. In the campaign in Russia, the Panzerwerfer 42 was used for large-scale rocket barrages against positions of Russian resistance where a large bombardment of a big area would be more effective than more accurate artillery fire. The Panzerwerfer's rocket barrages covered much larger areas and added more psychological elements to the fight. The amount of noise, smoke, shrapnel, and flying debris as the rockets hit and exploded was tremendous. So was this a Hitler's scare weapon? Because, you know, Hitler had a lot of, or I shouldn't refer Hitler, but the Nazis had many scare tactic weapons, such as the Ju-87s with the screaming horns or the sirens. Those are terrifying. What else? The railgun, the V2s, the V1s, the buzz bombs, that's the V1. But if you guys haven't ever heard of the noise this thing makes, here you go. And so imagine you're in Poland, right? And there is a Panzerwerfer right on the B side, the hill, over the river, you know, 800 meters to the city. And you're in the city just capping. And all you hear is that sound go off. And you just grit your teeth and you're kind of like, please, please, please. Because unlike artillery in the game, you know, you can hear them dropping, wee boom, wee boom. But they don't have that same sound as the 158 millimeters on this half track. So that's going to be pretty awesome. I can't wait to experience that sound. I can't wait to explode by one, maybe two. But when there's a point, you know, I'm like, fucking stop firing the rockets. And yeah, you know, I might be saying this over and over again, but it'll be very interesting to see how they implement this pretty much rocket artillery in the game. What was the other tank we were talking about earlier? The BM-824 rocket artillery. So these are pretty much some of the first artillery tanks in the game. The Calliope, the T-34 Calliope, is it still a tank? I mean, these are tanks too, but the T-34 is a Sherman. It can fight, it can push up. What are these going to do? Are these going to sit back and launch long-range barrages? It's going to be pretty interesting to see. As well as the Panzerwerfer 42, there has been some file digging in War Thunder that the Sturm Tiger is going to be added as well. Now, I'm not going to touch too much on the Sturm Tiger because there can only be so much speculation for one video. But will artillery make its way, or will player artillery make its way into War Thunder? How do you guys feel about that? Would I want that? I wouldn't mind. No. You know what? War Thunder already has some problems right now with its core mechanics. I don't think we need... This is fine. This is rocket stuff. You know, this is just, you know, hype stuff. It's cool. You don't really use these in any other types of games, so those are fine. The Sturm Tiger, I would love to see that in game. I don't mind about that because that thing probably has no fucking range at all compared to, like, imagine getting the Sturm Tiger on Kursk. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, how big is that thing? Is that 300 millimeter howitzer? I don't know. I'll probably correct myself after I edit this video. But yeah, so the Sturm Tiger is going to be added, or not added. It's been dug up in the file source code. So there might be some models already in the game, but it'll be cool to see how the artillery that we have right now and some special tanks and pieces are added. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please leave feedback on what you think about the Panzerwerfer. You can talk a little bit more about the what's it called, the BM824, and leave some feedback on the Sturm Tiger and also how this tank will be, or this half track will be added into the game, how it will fire, how it will reload, etc. Also, some comments on the Sturm Tiger are much obliged. I will probably be in the airport when this video goes out because I'm going to PAX Prime. I will put out a more official video when I'm there. If you guys are in the area, please, I'll be tweeting out all the time, telling you guys where we're at. We'll probably have an official meetup for the Powerhouse, but guys, too much. I'm rambling on. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Peace out.